Teenagers who manage to get pregnant are stupid and have made a mistake. So my youngest brother, 16, is seeing a girl, 15, that already had a kid with someone else. I told him that I'd see who she is, he shouldn't bother dating someone so clearly stupid and irresponsible that will, without a doubt, become a burden on his life. My mom says I'm wrong and that these girls should be respected or considered heroes. I strongly disagree. It's so easy to not get pregnant in my state. We're blue, so we have some great sex ed curriculums and resources for birth control and protection. In a state where schools offer free condoms and safe sex resources, you have to be not only dumb but also lazy to still manage to have a baby as a teen. These girls/guys are not heroes and shouldn't be respected. They're idiots that selfishly brought a baby into a situation where it's surely going to be undercared for. I'm not sure why teen parents are so brave is even a popular take. Having unprotected sex makes you a hero? Okay. That's like saying I'm a revolutionary for smashing my forehead on the pavement. Your mom is silly. Edit. OMG guys, thanks for the likes and support. Insert emojis. Lolled at the pregnant 15-year-old being a hero, like she jumped on a dick grenade to save her class. My mom says I'm wrong and that these girls should be respected or considered heroes. Huh. Your mom is an idiot, sorry man. My sister was pregnant by age 15. 16 years later she has no education, no work experience, and she even illegally withholds her child from receiving an education, which is mandatory, because it is just too inconvenient for her. I have really thought about calling CPS. Contributing to the delinquency of a minor is a jailable offense in California, but I know she will have a total meltdown and cut me off if I do, so she gets to keep sitting around at home doing nothing with her daughter while her ex-husband pays all her bills. What a charmed life. Teen parents are brave is bullshit. 2 of my siblings were teen parents and guess what? They ruined their own lives and all of their kids' lives. Nothing brave or heroic about that. Yeah, you need to convince your brother to run, not walk away from that situation, and your mom is delusional for calling teen pregnancy heroic. This isn't an unpopular opinion, lol. Your mom may just be trying to be supportive. But teenage pregnancy is pretty looked down upon. People act like teenagers don't have access to all the information they need regarding safe sex. Yes, all teenagers are just poor, ignorant farm folk with no access to the internet. While little Sally was churning butter all day, she never learned what condoms are, and that's why she's a 15-year-old mother. Like, what? My mom never taught me about safe sex. School barely mentioned condoms or birth control, but I knew, even at the age of 10, that having sex meant pregnancy. So I didn't have sex. When I decided that I wanted to have sex, I googled how to use condoms. And oh, gee, look at that. A plethora of useful information at my fingertips. I was 19 when I lost my virginity. The idea that kids are so horny they'll die without sex is ridiculous. Yes, encourage kids to wait, but don't shame them for urges. It's better for them emotionally and physically to wait until their late teens to have sex. Yes, I was horny, so I learned to masturbate, and that was sufficient to keep me satisfied until I had a stable relationship with a man I trusted. I also had time to get myself on birth control and get a job so I could afford my birth control and condoms. Thus, no life-shattering unexpected pregnancies. And yet, I didn't need any sex ed to achieve that outcome. I just needed the common sense to educate myself. Teenagers are not stupid. They know sex gets you pregnant. They know about condoms. They know enough to ask questions about anything they don't know. We need to stop acting like teenagers are just that way or that it's society's fault. No, it's the fault of the parent and the kid. Times have changed. My nana had the first of her 10 children at 16. She was married and had a job at the time. All of her children went to school, worked, lived for 65 to 92 years. None of her children divorced or were alcoholics. 15 with a kid. Ha 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 ha. Teen mom here. Had my child at 16. Can confirm I was incredibly stupid. A combination of trauma and extreme naivete led me to getting pregnant and keeping my child. I simply didn't understand how big of a responsibility a child is. However, my child went to daycare and I was able to finish and graduate high school like everyone else. They are now in preschool while I work and pursue a college education. I'm honestly so grateful I had my baby because I've grown and matured so much. I'm sure I'd still be naive and making poor choices if this didn't happen. Although parenthood is hard, it's one of the most beautiful and rewarding experiences life has to offer. I'm also grateful for my family for being so supportive because I wouldn't be able to do it without them. Not asking for sympathy or respect, just wanted to share my experience. Lots of teen parents are trashy and irresponsible, but not all of us. And yes, dating is basically impossible, but I'm hopeful the right person will eventually come along. That's not unpopular. This woman is a hero. On the one hand, keeping the kid is a monumental task, but on the other, if you're not doing it well, you're not a hero. And no guy should get involved with that girl. If they're sexually assaulted and end up pregnant, completely different story. If you choose to have a kid young before you can even support yourself, then yeah, I agree. You are putting an unnecessary burden on you and your family, as well as the child. This isn't unpopular. I want to know who at 16 wants to date a mom. I'm 22 and I wouldn't even consider it at this stage of my life because I'm not ready to be a dad, and hopefully I won't be a dad for a few years yet, but 16? That's crazy to me. I'm all for not being a jerk to someone's face after they've already gotten pregnant and had the kid, but if I were your mom I would not let him date her. Who lets their son date a girl who already has a kid? Knowing how kids work, that would probably just make him want her more, though, so I think she's making the right choice. She could probably ask him when they're having kids just to gross him out, bring up the birds and the bees, mention how he should use condoms and offer to take him to the store to pick some out and go with him, etc. etc. Not really a convo you want to be having with a kid who has a teen mom gf, but embarrassment seems to deter them away from stupid decisions. Or they could just move away. That's always an option. TLDR, they did make a mistake, and usually I don't like chastising them for it when it's pretty much too late to do anything, but this boy is making a stupid choice, and if he's not careful they could have a baby, too. It's kind of naive to think they won't do anything.